Okay, I guess we are here. Mm, Okay, all right. We're there with the live broadcast. YouTube is up. Not quite 7 o'clock yet, so I guess I'll learn the timing next time. Okay, let's see who's there. Who may be on live. I guess I got to time it a little better with the record and the start. Facebook would be a little different, I guess. Let me get that going one second there. Okay. Oh, okay, that's disable cam. All right. Enable the cam. Guess we get started shortly. Almost on the hour there. 2 more minutes. Gotta do better. Okay. I'm unsure how that'll work there. I guess we'll be ready at the hour when the other ones come on. All right, there we go. All right, well, I guess we are live, ladies and gentlemen. Who's ever signed on, I guess we'll see in a minute. One watch with me now. All right, there we go. All right. Guess, oh man, I do not have the music queued. Okay. Anyway, hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Marquis Jones, the founder, creator of the On Your Light podcast show. I just want to say hello to everybody. Thank you, any of those who coming on. We're going to give them an extra couple of seconds, but I do want to say thank you to those in YouTube world and here on Facebook that are basically hanging out with me. Now, what I want to do first is just go ahead and first speak on just little housekeeping, things like that. This is interactive. What we're going to do, I'm going to go for a few things on our topic on your day. And then what we're going to do is just ask some questions if anybody has any or any input or anything like that. This is an interactive thing here, although I'm the subject matter expert right now. But this is a growing and everlasting and growing podcast radio show. So I just want to let you know that from there. This year will be streaming on, hopefully this week. All of the episodes, this is episode 6, excuse me, should be launched up on all the streaming platforms such as Spotify, I think iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Apple, just to name a couple of them there. And then we have certain transcripts that are going to be available as well. What I want to do is just, what is the On Your Life show? All right, the On Your Life show was created by me. It was a brainchild of me from many, many, many moons ago. It's just for where I go share insights, different stories, different teaching, different lessons I've learned, different lessons from influencers I've learned from, as well as different other influencers, bringing in stories to help folks make the switch, buy back their time, and own their life. Because I firmly believe you do not own your complete life until you control every second of every minute of every hour of every day of every week of every month of your life. Now, granted, God above, He gives us these opportunities. He wakes us up every single day. When I say every day, without a headstone is a milestone, but then He gives us the free will to do what we need to do, our thought patterns, our growth patterns, really what our purpose is in life and what we're trying to do and grow through. So, with that said, that's what the On Your Life show is. And what we're going to be doing, like the first several episodes here, you saw me solo, going over some of the key topics in your Own Your Life, like on your time, on your freedom, on your drama, on your faith, on your health, and as well as on your right now on your day. And we're going to touch on that. But those are also topics I'm going to have other influencers on. We're working on scheduling right now as we speak, to getting those on, some spiritual leaders, some authors, some fitness, some friends of mine in the influencer world. They have a lot to offer this world, and just maybe some celebrities that are already working on getting here just to show, their story. They're part of the story, not so much as the glory, because we know whether it's myself or others, you may see people here on social media that showing a good life, the whole 9 yards. They having some trappings of success, ordinary people doing extraordinary things. And what we have there is we don't see that's glory, but we never know their story. Because I can tell you one thing for certain, two things for sure. Everyone who's made it anywhere, some high pinnacles of success, they have one heck of a story. And many of us will say, like, wow, how did they do it? That whole common question with all of them have in common. Even they ask, wow, how did I do it? Well, the one easy answer is they just didn't quit. But the rest is, their story is something. And everybody's story is unique. And going from there, hopefully there's some hesitation with the bandwidth. My apologies, Shonda. I thank you for that warning. I see that there. Hopefully, prayerfully, excuse me, I can catch that. I guess it's the bandwidth here. Hopefully, I might have to turn off one of the mechanisms. I'm not sure. Thank you for that out there in TV land, helping me out with that. But hopefully, we can catch up and it catches up. I apologize for any delays or any bad frequencies through the Facebook algorithm, I guess. But I lost my train of thought, but where we're going is when we see ordinary people doing extraordinary things, that right there is just like, wow, how did they do it? And that's their story. So they'll tell that. So that's what we're going to do on the On the Life show right there. But part of today, what I'm sharing at the topic is how to own your day, owning your time, owning your day. Part of it is own your time, but here's the kicker: own your day. Like today is Sunday, right here. Everyone usually on Sundays, they say Mondays are the days when the most people have heart attacks at their jobs because it just was a fun-filled weekend. They're doing a lot of things, but now Sunday, the countdown is calling, going through. You didn't get enough done. Most folks didn't get enough things happen for themselves, didn't get enough rest, get enough recreation or what have you. So that stress goes into Monday. It's like, oh, another week, another week. But what I want to share with you is that, how do you own your day? Some key tips real fast, because it won't be a long one here, about another 15 minutes or so, really sharing with you how to own your day, what it means by owning your day. And the first is, why? What is it that you want to get out of your day? You want to always prioritize that one key thing the night before owning your day. Now, I have a business partner, maybe, somebody I look up to. She's even on the line right now. I've never seen a woman with such a busy schedule, but she gets it handled. And others, they prioritize their day, schedule their day. And truthfully, I am a culprit. I'm the enemy. I'm learning these things as days goes on because you can't prioritize your time. And next thing you know, everything jumbles up. You get overwhelmed, and some of the minor things you're able to get done because they just happenstance, but some of the major things you left undone. You become overwhelmed just because you did not prioritize that day, schedule that day, and sometimes not deviating from it. So one of the things you must do is to own that day is to prioritize, your schedule the night before. And usually sometimes, when you wake up in the morning, listen to me. I'm talking to you guys, I'm talking to myself because I'm not perfect in these areas right here. And I'm growing and learning some more. And I learned some key tips so I want to share with my audience. But what we have on that on your day part, you always want to wake up, I call it not in a rush. Give yourself some time to wake up. Everybody wants to meditate, get your spiritual life in order, get some water, stretch, exercise, or just, really, really just get their day going. Slow motion, just going from there. And then you want to just schedule your day, all down from your eating to your schedule and schedule of events. And you sometimes don't want to deviate from that. But in owning your day, you control every second, every minute, every hour of it. And don't deviate from that. And you're going to have to possibly, put some things, look at who are you allowing to pour into and who are you pouring into you and who are you pouring into. And one of those things is looking at your circle. One of the biggest things you want to do is look at your circle. And sometimes you want to work with people who want something for you, not something from you. Because what ends up happening, you're pouring, they say you can't, drink out of an empty well. You can't pour out an empty well into yourself. Well, if you're pouring, always the one pouring into so many others, and everybody just wants something from you. It's like a take, take, take. They're not giving things back to you. You become drained, unfulfilled. It's a whole lot of internal health problems, mental problems, the whole nine yards that happens. And so, what you want to do in your circle, you want to have folks that want something for you, not just something from you. And that could be team. You could be a business owner. You have some employees, you have agents, you have associates and stuff like that. They want something for you. They're going to get something from them as well, but they want to help you grow your business. They want to help you grow as much as you want, not just want to give to them as well. So if they're pouring into you, you're pouring into them, and each guy's your cup's either never empty, they're always full. So one of the main things you want to do is prioritize, excuse me, you want to prioritize who you have in your circle. That is one of the key factors right there. You want folks to pour, I guess they want something for you, not something from you. Okay. Because that right there is just a game changer, truth be told. And I'm learning that on a daily basis. But also, what you want to do is always, you want to leave yourself open for emergencies from priorities from your children, other family members, things that are out of your control. Okay. But not somebody that comes and interrupts your pattern. All right. And that's what you want to do. And owning your day, you know, it can be a myriad of things. Like today, a lot of super football teams are going on. I'm not really paying attention because two of my teams lost last week, Dallas at Alabama. But you want to do stuff like watch your football games. You don't want to be interrupted with that. You want to do things like relax with your spouse. You want to set that and prioritize that. You really want to. It's nothing being about being selfish for being selfless. Okay. And so what you want to do is do that. You just want to prioritize. I'm going to say that over and over your schedule, what you want to do, and try not to deviate far from it. Other things going to means to owning your time, owning your day right there is really just sit back and say, give yourself a set time to complete certain tasks without interruptions. Like me, I have, different accounts, certain websites to do. I have my insurance business I'm going through. I do the merchandising and some business and some website management for one of my friends and good companies I'm in love with there. I have to prioritize those times and those slots of times without interruption. And am I getting better? Yeah. But what I found is if you give yourself, let's say a 3 hour job, if you give yourself 90 minutes focused time to get it done, That's how you own your time, own your day, because you can knock out those tasks and don't use any interruptions. Don't take any distractions. Don't take any, hey, YouTube channel, um, anything like that. There, do not use any, allow any interruptions for you. And if you prioritize those tasks, one, you get a lot done. Two, you're more fulfilled. And three, once again, you own your time. Because of one commodity, we can lose homes, we can lose businesses. We can lose pretty much everything in this earth, and it can be replaced. Okay, it might take some heartaches, might take some fighting to get it back, but we can always replace pretty much anything in our life except our time. So once you own in that and you controlling your day, you controlling your time, I call it a life fulfilled. You're living with dreams realized and a life fulfilled. Um, and it's going from there. The next thing you want to do is really prioritize the task. And what I mean by that is what are most important, what are needed to be done now, what need to be done can be done later. And I'm not saying procrastinate, but you have to really prioritize that. You have to sit there and say, okay, what am I doing? I was sharing some time with a couple of real estate agents. They were part-time, I call them part-time agents. And we just, a company I'm working with, Shonda Davis Real Estate, when an agent was talking, I wish I can just be full-time like a lot of those other agents. And I was sharing with her, look, it's not so much as being full-time, because who's really working 40 to 60 hours a week, at it, because there's some successful folks in this company. Oh my goodness. But what I shared with her is, if you sit there and block out that time, you can do it. If you take 2 hours a day, an hour a day doing just those tasks, at hand for your real estate business. And I was sharing with her, you'll see how many hours throughout the week you've gotten something done. Then you'll see how many contacts you've made. You see how many ideas you came up with. You see how many follow-ups, home listings, or what have you. And over time, it's like an exponential growth. And you can see the increase in your business. And I share with folks another way to own your day. That's just a real estate agent. I share with folks when I train on sales and picking up their business with social media. One of the things is owning your time, scheduling your time and having a set time you spend it on social media. Because like, if you're like me, myself, I can go down a rabbit hole in a heartbeat, just clicking away, at social media. You want to be intentional. How do you own your day? You want to be intentional on social media. Give yourself so much time a day, on social media, because if you take those apps that show you how much time you're on social media, oh my goodness, it will sit up there and amaze you how much time you're spending. Those clicks here, clicks there. But if you give yourself a set amount of time, use one of those apps that, hey, you're at your limit for the day, you'll be surprised, one, how much time you have in a day, because this thing here, this cell phone and these social media apps, they can run a lot of time. Um, and that's what they'll do there. But you have to schedule, be intentional with that time, okay, and be intentional, especially if you're trying to grow a business. I know probably 80% of my friends and associates who are on social media, they have some sort of, they're entrepreneurial, they have a business or something they're really trying to grow, where you have to be intentional right there. Because 90% of my time on social media, even when I post something on my cute cool grandson, is intentional. Okay. So you want to own that, prioritize that, thereby owning your day, and, just moving it along. Um, One of the biggest things about owning your day, let's just face it, let's be real. I can give you a blueprint. You can have a blueprint from those gurus out there, the whole 9 yards. Part of owning your day is learning to let go. Let go of what? Let's say at the end of the day, we got about two or three. The average person goes to bed around 10, 11 o'clock at night. At least I do. Maybe midnight, 1 o'clock sometimes, most times. But at the end of that day, you have a checklist, because it's going to take a minute to get perfected. At the end of that day, okay, when I say own your day and learn to let go, you may have not been able to get something done. You may not been able to push it as hard as you wanted to. But guess what? You don't want to go to bed sad, depressed, mad, angry at the fact that you didn't get something done. If it's not life or death for your children, your family, your loved ones, hey, you have some people relying on you in your business, understood. But if you couldn't get that task done, if it doesn't mean that the world won't end tomorrow, you have to let it go. Don't go to bed, don't go to sleep with that worrying on your mind, because that kind of stressful sleep is not good sleep at all, because your brain will never get that. Learn to let it go, let it all go, that you could not get done that particular day, that particular morning, that particular evening. Just let it go. Learn to let it go. That's how you own your day. Take your notes, see what happened, grab it, write them down, and let yesterday go. That's how you own that day because you let it go. Don't let it fester inside of you and keep controlling you. Because yesterday, once you wake up tomorrow morning, Monday, another few hours from here, Sunday, January 23rd, 2000, what year is this? 22 is gone. So you want to let that go. You want to let the day go. You want to own it. And that's where you have it because yesterday is gone. Tomorrow's a mystery. Today is a present. It's a gift. That's what they call it, the presence. I think I got that right. Another thing you want to do is on your how to own your day, owning your time. Is to set some parameters. Don't overload your circuits. Set your schedule up. You know what, I can do this. Your certain tasks, like I said, yeah, recommended that you do. Write them down and go from there. But don't overwhelm yourself. We know how we can push ourselves to a limit, to more than what our mind say we can do, but we don't want to, what I call it, overdoing it because of the simple fact, darn well that's too much. Darn well you want to do 48 hours worth of work in 8 to 12 hours worth of working day during your day. That's not going to happen. You want to really schedule enough, but not too much. That's going to put so much of a burden on you for your day. All right. That's what you want to do there. And you just want to really, to own your day, you want to have fun. Because when it's all said and done, you don't worry about what others think of what your schedule is. Don't worry about what others think, oh, they should be doing this. And don't judge your day based on what others are doing or what others have done because you don't know what they've gone through to do that. But God is giving you a purpose. I always say God didn't those and visions and purpose just to taunt us. So we have to focus on what we have to do and not worrying about others. And don't beat yourself up, but prioritize that and own it. I'm calling it ownership, control it. So if you do that, that right there, excuse me for a second, looking at this question there, that right there would help you tremendously when it comes to owning your time and owning your day. And there you have it right there, folks, because the biggest thing what you want to do is always remember it has to be you first. Because if you can't pour from an empty well. You can't give something to someone that you don't have. Okay, time, and for yourself. And you want to make sure because if you're not okay, if you're not 100% for yourself, you can't give 100% to no one else and what they may need. So you want to sit there and just say, own it. This is that. And don't be afraid. Because some folks, you have to treat people how to treat, you have to train people and teach them how to treat you, you know. So prioritize you. That's how you own the day. Like me right now, I have another few moments after this here, quick time for a break. I have a consultation I have to do and some more work, but I have a schedule there and I have room in this evening for those who know me, who those have priority to call me. They could call me. We could chop it up, some things that were needed and some stuff I have to do, maybe reminders that I haven't done or just conversation. And that is a real small group of people right there. No offense, I know a lot of folks, but those who know me intimately know who they can call me, and I will answer the phone and even off their schedule because I have a lot at those times. And those folks that can, I don't call it disruption. That's part of me owning my day because I control the minutes I spend on the phone. Everyone unfortunately can't get my time. Because I have a lot of things to do. A lot of other folks relying on me to get things done. So I just want to encourage you right there, those who are listening to this today, those who are listening. Okay, YouTube, thank you. I'm going back and forth looking at the bigger screens to my left, excuse me. But those in YouTube, whether you're listening to it today, tomorrow, a year from now, I just want to encourage you, like this Own Your Life movement says, the Own Your Life show, the Own Your Life podcast, because the pace is picking up real soon. The main mission is to share with you, give you tips. You might take a nugget from this. You might take a nugget from episode 20 or 100. I want to give you the tools to make the switch, buy back your time, and own your life. Because unless you're controlling every second of every minute, of every hour, of every day, of every week, of every month of your life, you don't truly own it. And so this is Marquis Jones. So with the Excellence clothing brand with the Own Your Life platform movement. I'm going to leave this open for about One or two questions I had written down from earlier and then one on the YouTube. I'm gonna go ahead and answer that. Text me before I go. So this is interactive. For any questions, go ahead and put it on the Facebook screen or YouTube screen the next 5 minutes or so. Then we'll go from there. But one of the questions came from a fan. What do you do when it comes to owning your day when people get upset at you because you cut them off and say, I'll have to schedule this another day. I can't prioritize you. They're getting mad at you controlling your day, you know, and they're not understanding the boundaries. They can't take precedence over what you have in your schedule. Well, that's an easy answer. Well, that's a decent answer for me. This is just my opinion. I'm not a guru. So please take the nuggets right there. When people are angry, at you taking priority for you yourself and not putting them in the spot, you have to really ask yourself, one, why are they doing that, and what is it that they don't understand about you having to take care of yourself? You don't have to be ignorant. You don't have to get mad. And just say, look, I appreciate and understand you have a serious question right here, but this here right now is a priority to me. I can give you a couple minutes of my time, but let's schedule it another time and date, because this schedule I can't deviate from. Now, mind you, just in the other earlier ideas mentioned, hey, you have to prioritize things that you can control. You have to use your judgment. You have your children, you have your family. Those things are our priorities. If that person's, I call it emergency and urgency on your part does not consist of or make it have an emergency or urgency on my part. So you have to sometimes stick to your guns right there. And sometimes you're teaching and helping folks. Some of these things you can figure out on your own, okay, but on their own, excuse, but it's not about being mean, it's not about being all of these things, because sometimes you will have to sacrifice, but you have to learn to pick and choose, those things. And what you have right there. Okay, Dixon, great. And then we have right there, so that's the answer to that question right there. Let's see, is there any more questions in cyber world before I get to the next one? All right. Okay, great. All right. Question two. Oh, let's see. How do you make a schedule? Hold on. How do you? I can't understand my writing sometimes. How do you prioritize your schedule when it's your days are so many different things to do during it? Lord have mercy. I need to start typing stuff down. Folks who know me, I can't write. Anyway, basically, how you prioritize your schedule when all your days are just different. Well, like I mentioned, you have to prioritize it the day before. You have to prioritize things the day before, okay, and what's going on with your life, because we're grown. We should know sometimes where our lives are. If we have businesses, we have um, children to raise, we have a job in a business at the same time. We want to prioritize this the night before. Take it. It could take 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes. I'm getting good. 30 minutes or less, I can jot stuff down. This is what I have to do, because you have your set stuff you do every day, and then you know what things can deviate. So you just want to schedule it from there when you can, and just go and just schedule it just every day though before you go to bed, you know, and then go from there. You want to also, when you know your days are going to be different, you want to make sure you do the key things. Get some kind of rest. Some of us could go on 6 hours. Some of us go have to 8 hours. Some of us push it to 4 hours. Get some kind of rest. All right. And then, when you wake up, I'm getting good with this. Don't worry about this. If you use this as an alarm clock, going to hit it and forget it. Give yourself some time to start your engines. Just don't jump out of bed. Give yourself some time to really rev up. Get you some water with lemon and all that good stuff. I'm a 90% vegan sometimes. But more than that, just the sugars and stuff. But you want to do that, get yourself that time in the morning to just energize those set things. So I think that's it right there for today's show up. We're right at 7:25, 25 after the hour. So I just want to share once again, whether you're watching this episode live, a little bit on the rebroadcast, 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, I encourage you to make sure you do what you can do to work yourself into the habits, into the mindset of controlling every second of every minute, of every hour, of every day, of every week, of every month, and of every year in your life, helping you to own your life. we look forward to this more sessions coming up. We have some good influencers on the schedule. I can't wait to do my side by side interviews. There coming some good business leaders here in Alabama. I can't wait for those to be scheduled. A couple of authors coming up, and be on the lookout. Launching merchandise, but also my book itself. Moments with MJ. This is not a scripted reality. He just didn't quit. Sometimes you can see some folks glory out there, the smiles and stuff, but trust me, it's some things, and hopefully, God willing, my story of triumphs and going through certain tragedies and stuff as well help inspire so many others, because that right there is what I love to do. Because it's one thing to have your own testimony. Okay, I've done a lot of things, but to be a part of someone else's testimony, and they say, because of you, because of the words you gave me, something you wrote in a book, that 5 minutes of time you gave me, because of you, I'm able to fulfill some things in my life. I'm still here. I just didn't quit, and I love to hear that. So anyway, this is your boy MJ. Hey, just signing off, and all you do with excellence, but not at all. This is your boy MJ. Thank you for investing in time to watch this episode. Episode 7 coming up 7 days from now. Holla at you later. Peace.